Hey guys, welcome to my bedroom. You may recognize it if you've watched any of my other videos before or follow me on Instagram because I do a lot of filming in this room. And today, instead of sitting where I normally do, over there, I want to focus on what is happening behind me. So you might notice there's a giant Union Jack flag, but what you might not know is that my boyfriend is actually French. And though he's only made one comment about it because he is just a sweetheart and wouldn't make a huge deal about something like this, I get the impression that he is not super into the whole flag, Union Jack, British vibe that we have going on above my bed. Now, there is a reason for having this Union Jack up, but it is not a particularly interesting story, so we're just gonna skip that. Because Christmas is only a few days away, I thought it'd be a lot of fun to kind of surprise him and put up a gallery wall that I have been working on and planning and collecting prints for a little bit. Okay, so first up is to take the flag down. I wanted to go with some of the gray, tans, pinks, blacks, white colors that I often like to decorate with. And I picked up a bunch of these prints from Desenio. I've picked a lot of prints after them over time. They tend to have a lot of these great sales, and I like that you can search based off of color or subject matter, like city or streets. So these are the ones that I've gotten and pulled out for doing this gallery wall. I love all the city stuff, and this one is so cute. They come in a variety of different sizes, and you can also do framing through Desenio, and I did not do framing. I'll go over that in a second. The biggest piece that I have here is actually a map of Marseille, which is a nod to my boyfriend. I thought he would much more appreciate having that up above the bed than the Union Jack. So why did I not get these framed? I'm going to be doing this gallery wall without having any of these framed because this wall is actually old plaster. This house was built in 1904. It is really old, and putting things into the wall is a little bit more difficult and tricky than it sounds. And while I have successfully put and hung things up in the wall before, it really can be difficult sometimes. Nails just don't want to go in. There's like a layer of metal or something somewhere in there, and then the wall damages really easily. I can show you. Whoop, 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 whoop. We've had damage like that happening from people putting things up incorrectly or not taking them down correctly. And I have spent loads of time fixing walls that have been damaged, and I didn't want to put big nails or anchors into this wall. So at some point, whoop, the lighting in my room keeps changing. Okay, so at some point, I will probably get these all framed, or some of them framed. I will probably get the bigger ones at a minimum framed when I eventually move out of this house and hopefully into some place with drywall or walls where it's a little easier to hang things. But at the moment, hanging things with anchors and securely is just not as feasible and just a lot of work and could potentially cause a lot of damage. So this is what we're going to do instead. I have these Scotch restickable strips that I'm going to try to use, and these should do the trick. I also have mounting putty. If you've never used mounting putty, I actually used this to mount up all my wall art in both of my apartments while I lived in China, and it works really great. I still have other stuff stuck up with mounting putty, and we always call it blue tack because I'm used to it always being blue where I used to live, and now I get it in a tan color. What fun. So I think what I'm going to do is start by trying to lay some stuff out on the bed and get a sense of what I want it to look like on the wall, and then stick it up on the wall. So I think I'm gonna do it like this. I'm not sure if I have room for this one to go up on this wall, but that is okay. I can save it for another wall. So, let's get hanging. There we go. All finished. There we go. The map shows up better in person than it does on camera. It's kind of blending into the wall at the moment. I have lost all the natural light, so I apologize. This video is looking a little dark suddenly. The sun has gone down because it is winter and we have lost light so early. Also, the heat has kicked in on my house and I'm suddenly feeling really flushed because my bedroom got quite warm quite fast. Anyway, I really like the way that it turned out. I ended up using the restickable strips for mounting. This is a Scotch product. It's the first time I've used it, so I will have to let you know if it causes any damage when I finally remove them, but it's supposed to not cause any damage to the prints or any damage to the wall. And is supposedly reusable, so I should be able to just like restick stuff if I want to move it just a little bit or move my gallery wall to a different wall. I think that it would look quite nice framed, but not in this room. So because my house was built in 1904 and this bedroom was part of a 1920 remodel, we have this molding up here. And this molding is designed for actually hanging art and stuff off of, but because of its placement, and I think it's really pretty overall, but because of its placement, the walls themselves to me visually feel a little shorter, and it means that I can't really put anything up a little closer to the ceiling. And I feel like, personally, if all of these prints were currently framed, it might look a little crowded. So I kind of like the fact that they're not framed. However, I do think that overall it would look really nice framed. So I think in my next place, or when I eventually move it, I will put all of these prints into frames. And we'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll get a bigger wall and I'll be able to do stuff up a little bit taller. I feel like I should film in front of my gallery wall now instead of my normal corner. I really like it. I wanted to pop back on real quick to show you the changes I made with the gallery wall. We let it sit the way that I ended it in the video for a little bit and kept staring at it and decided to rearrange slightly. So here is how it looks now. We moved the Marseille map over a bit and I think it looks really, really nice this way. And I also wanted to show you what it looks like with my pink bedding. And here's Wilma again. Yeah, it's okay. Isn't she cute? Yeah, so that is the final for how it looks. I'm really, really happy with it. And my boyfriend seems to really like it. I think he definitely likes it more than having the Union Jack flag. And I think it turned out really nice. Yeah, so, oh, and it definitely came off and restuck without any problem. So I did this a little bit ago, so it's had a chance to settle in case anything falls down, and if the sticky tape stuff didn't work, but it pulled off pretty easily from the wall and it pulled off from the prints, and I was able to restick things using the same pieces, and it hasn't been a problem. It was a cinch, so yay for that product. Highly recommend if you're not using frames. So that's the end of my gallery wall. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. I produce new videos every single week, and I'd love to hear your feedback either through a like or a comment on if you like this type of video, if you want more of this type of content. And yeah, thank you for watching and all your support. Bye!